break down looking at some stats for Josh Giddey.
And he's had a rough past 5 games. He's had trouble finding his offensive rhythm and just hasn't been as effective as he'd like to be on that end. But this is something all players go through, and I'm sure he'll fight his way back.
And the starting lineup for Miami, they've got Davion Mitchell. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Bam Adebayo. Then there's Powell, and it's Larson in a 2-guard. And for the Bulls, Josh Giddey out there with Trey Jones. Then it's Buzelis. Then there's Nikola Vucevic. And it's Okoro in at the 3, the small forward. And so off the tip, it'll be the Heat. You look at the Bulls. This is their 3rd matchup of the NBA Cup. They've gone 1-1 so far in group play.
It's a swing game, really. A win, and they have a chance to advance. But if they drop this one, I don't see any way they get to that quarterfinal round.
And now talking about how things are going for the Miami Heat. After splitting the first 2 games of the NBA Cup, they come into this one seeking a much-needed win on the road.
Yeah, and it won't be easy, but I think they're up for the challenge. They know they have to bring their A game here tonight. He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
It's stolen away. Oh, and a fast break for Chicago. Here's Buzelis. And he hammers it home to polish off the break.
Okay now, Rook. Buzelis showing he can finish with some power.
And here's Miami. It's a 3-point game. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Chicago.
And they were the odds-on favorite in this matchup last year, but actually lost the season series.
Here's Larson. He picked up 10 in his last game.
If you give him that kind of separation, oh, he's going to take full advantage.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, Billy Donovan had a few moments to share with me. Coach brought up the challenges that Bam Adebayo poses on both ends. He told me offensively, Bam doesn't force much. He gets his points within the flow of the offense. He's a great finisher and facilitator. And defensively, he can guard anybody. He might be the most versatile defender in the league. Back over to you guys.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Adebayo, no good. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point land so far. And one thing that's fun to watch, when Josh Giddey grabs a defensive rebound and goes coast to coast, RJ.
Yeah, that's when he is at his best. Ball is in his hands. Out in space, playing with speed.
Here's Mitchell, following the bucket by the Bulls. Pass to Wiggins. Inside. And Adebayo slams it in.
What a confident dunk by Adebayo. He knows there's little the defense can do once he's elevated.
Outside Jones. Now Vucevic. Chicago passing it around. 3-pointer. Buzelis drains the triple. Buzelis has got 5 now.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
I'll tell you, he is so tough to keep down once he gets near that rim.
Yeah, he can get up even a few notches higher. Now here's Jones, a dependable player on offense, giving them over 13 a game. Clock at 6. And it's Buzelis that time on the assist from Jones. He's got 7.
He's coming to work, ready to ball. Hitting 3 of his first 4 shots. Okay.
For 3, Powell. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Chicago leading by 5. Jones feels it out. Pass to Okoro. Back to Jones. Here's Buzelis. Here's Giddey. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
And so much fight in Josh Giddey. He showed it on the interior that time.
Thanks to the AT&T Connected Cam for the up-close and personal view of that slam. Now here's Mitchell. Still without a bucket. Here's Adebayo. And Vucevic with the block. Outside Jones. Pass to Vucevic. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
Man, their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
And it's Powell with the ball for the Miami Heat. They trail by 9. And here's a timeout from Eric Spoelstra now. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys. Maybe alter some of the game plan. Williams is checked in for Chicago. White comes in for Jones. So for Miami, .124 left to play in the first. Smith passes to Fontecchio. Fires from the line, and it's Giddey with a rebound.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity from the mid-range. He can hit that.
Pass to Buzelis. Back to Giddey. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Heat trail by 11. Now Smith, averaging around 6 a game. Where? That's good.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
White looking it over. 34 seconds left now in the first quarter.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
It also allows them to play inside out, which will make them even more difficult to defend.
The Heat have gone 5 of 9 from the floor. Pass to Ware. Down low. Here's Jaquez. Chicago with a rebound. Vucevic has got 4 rebounds now. Outside Giddey. From 15 feet away. That shot off.
And usually that's a bucket for him, but look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls closing out the quarter ahead by 11 points. Just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Well, they're off to a good start getting it inside and scoring at close range. Solid fundamentals so far in this one.
And, of course, taking it inside, always a great game plan. And I'm curious if there'll be an adjustment from the defensive end. Maybe sag off some shooters a little.
Setting the floor for the Heat. Adebayo and Ware together inside. Smith out there with Jaime Jaquez. And it's Fontecchio in at the small forward position. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, BA. Bam Adebayo is big time. Coach Eric Spoelstra said, quote, the way he's worked over the years to add to his game has been incredible. He's one of the best passers on the team, and he's not afraid to take the shot in a big moment. He cares deeply about improving, and you see it in the results of his work. Guys?
High praise. Allie, thank you.
Fontecchio. One shot.
Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Thanks. With players signing rich extensions, highlighted by Devin Booker's 2-year, $145 million max contract, we're quickly approaching a time when so-called supermax players will be making over $1 million per game. As shocking as it sounds, the reality is that the best players are already worth more than that to their teams.
It's all about results. Thank you very much for the report, Shams. So it's Miami now. The Bulls making their last shot. Jaquez, the pass to Adebayo. Work it inside, Adebayo.
And once Bam gets the ball inside, the bucket is almost guaranteed. He's a serious producer in the paint.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. for Herter. Josh Giddey comes in for DeSumo. And it's Trey Jones in for White.
Isaac Okoro, Josh Giddey, Trey Jones.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Outside, Williams. From deep, Giddey drills it from deep. Giddey's got 7 points.
Like sometimes the threes can really boost your confidence, and I'm sure it'll do just that for Giddey.
A 6'8" point guard, Josh Giddey's length gives him a massive advantage, Grant.
Oh, it does, B.A. He's too big for opposing ones to guard. It's tough putting a wing on him, and Giddey just makes you change your defensive game plan.
Now here's Okoro. His last outing, we saw him score 13. Heat trail by 13. And here's a timeout from Eric Spoelstra now. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here.
For your 3-1-2
He's checked in for Fontecchio, and Mitchell subbed in for Smith. Pass to Ware. Miami moving it around. Back to Jaquez. Shot on the wing. And again, no good by Miami. Bulls leading by 13. From deep, Giddey. The shot won't fall. The Heat have gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. From deep, Mitchell. They get it back. Fires for 3. Can't get it to fall. 0 for 2 now. Chicago has gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Here's Williams. Good on the shot. Williams has got his first 2 points.
Making the floater look this smooth is not as easy as it looks. It's a challenging shot.
From deep, Mitchell. Again, the miss by Mitchell. Chicago has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Williams into the lane.
While he's a bit undersized for a 4, he more than makes up for it with his bounce.
Heat trail by 17. Outside Adebayo. Back to Mitchell. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
His consistency just hasn't been there this quarter in terms of his shooting.
Well, Grant, you look at the Bulls, middling on both ends. What's their biggest need?
You know, B.A., I think it's length and athleticism. You can't have enough of those type of players in today's game. You look at their activity stats, the steals, offensive rebounds, very much in need of a boost.
2 shots.
That's good from Smith. And we're almost halfway through the group stage. Do coaches start thinking a little bit about how tiebreakers might come into effect here?
You know, maybe. Point differential is the second tiebreaker after head-to-head record. So that might be in the back of their minds. You're going to want to make sure you put up some big numbers in the group stage if you can.
Smith hits them both. And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Heat. 19-point game. fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Thanks to their stellar defensive intensity, they registered a ton of stops in that one.
They were hustling to get in front of every play they could, always getting a hand in the shooter's face.
Shot clock at 2. They still need this. Kept alive and out of bounds. It'll be Chicago ball. We're at about the midway point of the group stage. A peek at where things stand in the NBA Cup.
Yeah, while there's still some time to make up ground, you have to make your move quick. There just aren't many group games left.
The Bulls making a switch here. Vucevic is checked in. Larson's checked in for Miami. Bulls leading by 19. Here's Giddey. And that one is hammered home.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
Miami's gone 0 for 4 from beyond the arc here in the second quarter. And here's a timeout from Eric Spoelstra now. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, a bit of youth movement for the Miami Heat. Their rising star guard, Tyler Hero, said, "We've got a bunch of young guys who can come in and put in the work, and that's what I'm all about." This is an organization that values that, and it's important that we all have the same vision as the young guys start to grow up. Back over to you, Brian.
Okay, thanks for the report, Allie. A minute 31 left in the second quarter. To the paint. Ware in the post, working on Vucevic, and it's Ware missing.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this. Woo! His energy is unmatched.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
Ware. Then he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
That is a perfect placement of that dime. Just guided it right to him.
From deep, Giddey. Rebound Miami. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Mitchell, the pass to Wiggins. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
I love it when Wiggins is aggressive on offense, especially when he's near the rim.
Jones from outside. Larson with a rebound. Heat trail by 19. To the inside. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
Jones, the pass to Vucevic. Back to Jones. Now here's Vucevic. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call.
Miami substitution. Number 11, Jamie Martinez.
There's 10 seconds left in the second period. Mitchell, the pass to Wiggins. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. It's going to belong to Nikola Vucevic.
The officials were right on top of that one.
It's his first trip to the line.
For the Heat, Andrew Wiggins. 2 shots.
And Wiggins drops them both. And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
He recognized his players were fatigued and needed time to catch their breath.
One more time for goal. Chicago Bulls.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls liking their chances, ending the quarter with a 15-point lead, building this lead up in large part because of how well they're shooting it. Back to the game after this break.
Hi, everybody. We've got your favorite.
Taking a look here at Chicago, even if they're not the team we thought they'd be, they haven't completely come off the rails. Still plenty of time left. With all this talent, I can see them turning it around real fast. How fast? That fast.
And time to talk now about that first half. What a dominant display for the Chicago Bulls.
Well, they were the tougher team in that half, and it showed up in a number of ways. Just look at the rebounding numbers, Ernie.
Yeah, that differential really sticks out. It's one of the ways they overwhelm you. Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.